Hi, good morning everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to show you how I'm going to be making fur bread or bundás kenyeri Hungarian, or eggy bread with a twist. I kind of try to look into how to translate this. I've never done this recipe in the air fryer, so I thought we could do this together. Yes, as I mentioned it before, so I was looking into eggy bread because I've been calling this eggy bread for a long time, but or French toast, but apparently it's not eggy bread at all because you're supposed to be putting cinnamon and sugar in and milk with French toast, or eggy bread, also known as eggy bread. But I'm from Hungary, so we actually have this. I grew up with it, and I'm sure that some of the viewers grew up with this as well. It's so simple to make, it's a comfort food, it's perfect breakfast, and the only ingredients you're gonna need is really eggs, a bit of salt and pepper, and some bread. The bread is better if it's a little bit on the drier side, because if you can make this recipe with fresh bread, but obviously then it tends to fall apart a lot easier. And also sometimes I mix a little bit of whole grain mustard with this as well, so it's more like the savory version or cousin of the eggy bread, but I would call it. But yeah, it is funny because I always knew this kind of recipe as bundás kenyér, which if you translate it from Hungarian into English, it's almost like bread wearing fur coat. But when I actually put it into Google Translate, it came up as fur bread, which I thought it was even funnier. So Ella will be helping me to do this recipe, so she's going to be doing the mixing. So what I've got here is a little bit of olive oil spray, but you probably can use a little bit of olive oil. I'm going to be using a silicone liner for this recipe, so it's not going to stick. As I said it before, yeah, we've got the little finger ready to go on the left. As I said it before, I've never made this in the air fryer. I presume it's going to be very similar to French bread. But yeah, so I got 5 eggs and I got 6 slices of bread. Obviously, depending on the size of your eggs, but I tend to, if the eggs are a little bit smaller, then I would say maybe 3 eggs to go with 4 slices of bread. But let's see how far it's gonna go and how it's gonna turn out. Yeah. So yes, so Ella decided to crack the eggs. The eggs that I get, I tend to buy the more expensive ones, so I don't buy the really cheap ones because I realized that the yolk is a lot brighter in the free range or kind of organic. I don't buy the top of the range. Well done, Ella. Okay, so we cracked all the eggs. Ella's going, mixing it all together with the whisk. We put a little bit of salt and pepper in there. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be dipping those slices of bread in there, and I'll put them in the air fryer. I'll be spraying a little bit of that spray into the basket as well. So the silicone, just a little bit, but as I said, what you can do, you can actually, a little bit more. You can actually just use melted butter if you don't want one, or you don't like one of these sprays. I actually got this ages ago, so I really need to use it up. But yeah, so you can just put some olive oil in there, and if you just get a paper towel and just make sure that it's kind of even in there. I'm hoping to put 2 slices each in the basket, and then let's see how they turn out. Okay, so I'm just gonna be coating it like this. Don't leave the bread in there too much because it's gonna be soaking up the egg too much. Well, I was hoping to put 2 slices in there. I guess it depending on the size of your bread. This is a normal, I think, toasty one from Lidl's. So I think I'm probably gonna be able to put only 1 in there. Alright, so I've got 1 in each basket. I actually turn them around a little bit. Again, you don't need to preheat your air fryer for this. Put it on. I press air fry. I'm going to be matching them because I want to cook them for the same length of time. And I'm going to be doing 190. And because, as I said, I haven't done this recipe before, I don't want to burn it, so I set it for 4 minutes, and I'm going to have a look, and then I probably will have to turn them around. Just breathe again. I'm going to have a look. It does feel a little bit dry on the top, but it still doesn't look well done, to be honest. You can see a bit of white there, so I will have to put it back. So far I'm not impressed, to be honest. This is okay. This is still not done, so it's been 8 minutes. It feels like the bread is drying out a little bit, but there's still bits, so I'll give it another 2 minutes and hopefully it will be done, because otherwise it's gonna take forever. So match it to 190. Yes, it's 190. I think the French toast recipe that I found said on 190 for 6 to 7 minutes. This is way too long now, and to be honest, if you need to make quite a few of these, it's really not very it's not a great recipe. I think it's better that I will be doing this in the stove, on the stove in the future, I think, because it's only one slice in each basket. It's already been like over 8 minutes, and it's so much quicker, I think, on a stove. And I can already tell that the bread will be on the drier side. I think Ella will love it anyway. And what I'm going to be doing properly, I'm going to be grating some cheese on the top. Yes, so I'm going to be doing the rest of the slices, let you know how many slices I managed to do and how they all turn out, and then just the overall verdict of this recipe. Is it a yay or is it a nay? Well, so far it is a big nay for me, because of obviously the time and the first impression of the bread. Okay, so these are the first couple of slices, and I was just gonna do a little taste test. So I would say they were in there for about 10 minutes, but maybe 9 minutes would have been fine. So Ella, how do you like it? Is it thumbs up or thumbs down? It is a thumbs up from Ella. Good. So do you prefer these or the ones that Mummy makes on the stove? The greasy ones?
The ones on the stove.
Okay, alright. So I guess these might be the healthier alternative, because the one that I tend to make on a stove, I use a bit of butter or a bit of olive oil, and I just fry these, but then I need to use a paper towel to obviously put the slices on the towel to just get rid of some of the grease. So it's really a healthier alternative. Yeah, so she likes it. That's a good start. So I've done the rest of the slice of bread. What I did, I actually reduced the time. So I ended up doing the slices on 190 degrees, but reduced it to 8 minutes. What I did, I actually turned them around, turned them over after the 4th minute. And also, because I run out of egg, I had to use an extra egg and an extra slice of bread. So overall, I used 7 eggs, 6 eggs and 7 slices of bread. But as I said, it really depending on the size of your bread, so slices, and also the size of the eggs. Ella is already on her 3rd slice, so it can't be that bad. So she's obviously enjoying it. My overall verdict is that if you need to do something, just like something very convenient, and you're going to have fire, and you don't mind the bread to be a little bit on the drier side, being a bit healthier, then go for it. If you like the traditional fur bread, what we have in Hungary, then I would definitely go back and use the stove. That's what I'm going to be doing. But it was still a very good experiment, and I think it was a really good idea to show this to you, that it's a bit of a trial and error. And obviously let me know if you try this recipe or you have a different version that you'd like to share with the others. Please just put it down in a comment. And also I'm going to insert a little picture, because I should have actually mentioned this when I was doing the home hack videos, that because I don't have too much countertop space in my kitchen, I actually keep my eggs in the fridge. I know you're not supposed to, but it's just there is not enough space. So what I did, I I actually wrote a little, I used a whiteboard marker and made a note where I keep the eggs when the expiry date is, because a couple of times it happened to me that I actually run out of date. I know a lot of people will say date doesn't matter, but I still kind of like to stay within the use by date. So I just use a whiteboard marker. If you like to give it a go, and just put down the date when the eggs expire, so whenever you open the fridge it reminds me, oh, you got some eggs that needs to be used up. And yes, so just obviously try it on your fridge, on the actual door, just to make sure that you can wipe it off. But I thought of this quite recent, and I thought, oh, why didn't I think of this before? So yes, so please let me know how you get on with this recipe. And yes, so I'm hoping to be doing foodie recipes on Saturdays and lifestyle on a Wednesday upload. If you haven't done so already, please don't forget to subscribe, like and share my videos, and hopefully I shall see you in the next video. Have a lovely day. See you next time. Goodbye.